Yes, yes, yes. It's the Raphael Dawkins with the Combat Radio, and we have to talk about this. It's Alexander Usyk wants Deontay Wilder as his next fight. In an interview with the boxing media, what's going on here? The boxing media or something of that nature. Alexander Usyk said out of his own mouth he wants Deontay Wilder next. Alexander Usyk said Deontay Wilder is the last of the great heavyweights of this era that he has not fought. He must be having a laugh, or I don't know, but that's what Usyk said anyway. So he wants to tick Deontay Wilder off the list. Okay, yeah, sweet. Okay, yeah. Tried a game with me at the roundabout there, but what I did was I cleverly and deftly turned the car in such a way that if he did hit me, it would have been a rear impact. Pause. No diddy. So they'd have been saying, well, obviously, if it was a side impact now, there's an argument, there's my fault. If he hits me in the rear, then it's on him. You know what I mean? Because the question is, well, hold on, why were you driving so fast that you hit this poor fella in the rear? No diddy. But anyway, as I was saying, yes, so Tay Jones says that Deontay Wilder had some bad business. With Turkey Al Sheikh. Tay Jones asked the question, well, who's going to put the fight on? And it's pretty obvious who would be putting the fight on. It's going to be Al Sheikh, Turkey Al Sheikh. That's the logical response. Turkey Al Sheikh is going to put the fight on. But what happened is that Tay Jones then goes on to say effectively that, well, it can't be Al Sheikh because Wilder has had some bad business. He did some bad business with Al Sheikh, Turkey Al Sheikh. Turkey Al Sheikh did some bad business with Wilder. So I guess the narrative there, even though Wilder hasn't said it, he's got his little tay to say it. Wilder believes that Al Sheikh, Turkey Al Sheikh, has short-changed him. These people are strange. Well, maybe they're not strange. Maybe I just don't like to. He's driving at 25 miles an hour. What's the matter with this guy? Why do people drive like that? It's ridiculous. Anyway, so Wilder through Little Tay is effectively saying that Turkey Al Sheikh shortchanged him. Bad business is how they're phrasing it. Bad business. Do I feel that Turkey Al Sheikh shortchanged Wilder? No, I just think that Wilder didn't read the effing contract. If Wilder reads the effing contract, then I'm confident that he will see that everything went down as it was contractually obliged to go down. Pretty confident. So it's a question of read the contract, Wilder. Read the effing contract. So yeah, Wilder's saying he can go down. Little Tay, his little fella, his little man, he's saying, yeah, it can go down, but who's going to put the fight on? you know he's going to put the fight on. But now they're saying, well, it can't be him. It can't be the Sheikh. It can't be His Excellency, because His Excellency wasn't so excellent, according to Wilder man, Lil Tay Tay. So, you know, the whole damn thing, I mean, you'd expect we'd be talking about why the hell Usyk wants Wilder. Although I get it. You know, he had a name. Many of us thought that he was overblown. But at the same time, many of us didn't know where to categorize him, because he hadn't been in with anybody good other than Bermain Stavern, who was reasonably good. You know, that's the only person he'd been in with who was reasonably good. Okay, you can say, well, Luis Ortiz, yeah, so the Southpaw, yeah, so, you know, the first time maybe, yeah. So it was hard to quantify. Wilder has always been difficult to quantify. But as soon as he got in with Fury, who was coming off the couch after his steroid bust, then that gave us a bit of a marker. But not really, because, you know, Fury himself was an unknown entity at that time. So what we're doing here, really and truly, what we're doing here, Wilder has been an unknown entity for some time. It's a tricky one. And he got in with Fury, who was, you know, at least somewhat of a known quantity or entity, and bad things happened. Well, actually, he beat Fury the first time, as far as I'm concerned. First time around, he beat Fury. The referee robbed him of that victory. But the second and third time, it was pretty clear who the victor was. But, so where does that leave us? I would have still watched him versus Joshua. I've said that I'd still watch him, even though he's been beat by Zhili Zhang. That was a funny knockout. That was hilarious. Zhili Zhang, stopped by Zhili Zhang. He went 12 rounds, lost by a 12-round decision against Jauzi Parker, who's now been popped for what do you call it, cocaine. So yeah, but I still see Joshua fight him. He's just one of those cats who ran his mouth so much, talked so much crapola, outpriced himself so many times against Joshua. And what Tay Tay, once again, Lil Tay Tay says that they're trying to what do you call it? Shortchange him. We're trying to shortchange him on this fight. Who was his last fight? Zhili Zhang. Zhili Zhang was his last gains. So yeah, apparently Al Turkey shortchanged him against Zhili Zhang. It was his last fight. I wonder if they're maintaining that he was also shortchanged against in the Parker fight. He's had 2 fights under Al Turkey. So while they're saying that both fights were shortchanged, or just one fight, that's interesting. I'm sure there's going to be some more comments. I'm sure there's going to be more comments along these lines going forward, when Wilder finally opens up his mouth and starts to talk about it. We will see. But yeah, you can't even, it's just the 2 angles. It's the 2 angles. Why does Usyk want to fight Wilder. That's what I thought I was going to talk about, but then we end up talking about the shortchanging. More accusations from Wilder that he's been wronged, that he's been done wrong. I've been done wrong so many times. Shut your mouth and fight. But what's the point in him fighting anyway? What the hell's all that about? That's foolishness. That's nonsense. It's pure nonsense. I mean, fighting Wilder at this stage after he's been outboxed by Parker. He's been outboxed by Parker. And he's been, what? Outboxed by Parker and, what else? Oh, and knocked out by Zhili Zhang. Maine. It's just ridiculous at this point. It's just utterly and absolutely ridiculous. You know what I mean? What can one say? Usyk versus Deontay Wilder. I'm sorry, it's just comical, man. It's just comical. The guy's lost back to, oh, he got a win against a no-name cat the other day. But the guy's lost back to, every time he stepped up to the top level, he's lost. He has lost, let's face it. Would you watch that fight? Would you watch that fight? It just seems totally ridiculous. If Joshua fought him, I'd watch, but Usyk, I'll watch it. I'll watch if it's on, just for the comedy value. Just for the comedy value. Oh my gosh, so what say you? It's the Raphael Dawkins. It's the have your say. It's the like, subscribe if you wanna, comment for sure, and share on all social media platforms. It's the Deontay Wilder saying he's been shortchanged by Turki Al-Sheikh, one of the few people who've complained against Al-Sheikh, and it had to be Wilder, wouldn't it? It would have had to be Wilder. Bloody hell, that guy is something else. Okay, like, subscribe. I've already said that. Out. Peace.